Sorry about that, dudes. I just I go off in the wild land anymore, bros. Not to laugh. Can't well, I guess. Okay. Let's see. For sure. That would play in the Chevron in operation. I thought we was playing this one. What a dude there. Well, Gufford. Yeah. Master that shit, bro. Yeah. It's the best shit we got on him. Okay. Let's go ahead and use these as well. Because that's the best place to use them. You know. Oh, let's see. This ship should have everything on it. Yeah. Alrighty, bro. Let's see what we can do. Hopefully some, you know.
Good luck and fair seas. This is the base commander. We expect the arrival of transport and attack squadrons. Strike aircraft will ensure support during the embarkation and evacuation on transport aircraft. Warship commanders, clear the most direct route for the aircraft in the specified sectors.
That one little place and camp up like we always do. That way we don't have to chase them all over. Okay.
Enemy force detected.
We should pretty well be to go, bros. Yeah. Now we got this semicabs. Yeah. Well, I think it's tortoise up there. Yeah. Well, I guess so.
mode enabled.
Oh, heck no. This is one of the really good captains we just got for the Germans. Hopefully he is. I'm pretty sure he is, though. You know, I normally don't start you over here. just if you're in a cruiser. But these are 10s, 9s and 10s, so I would say it'd start you about anywhere it can. To be honest, I would think it's going to start you about anywhere leave a deem fit with the ships you are.
Enemy severely damaged.
I tell you, bros, we got a hard grind. We can play the test server, but in all honesty, right now, it ain't gonna do us much good to play it. Oh, we missed him. Let's go ahead and go into this what we can. One ship's cruiser, it's hard to hit. They're too damn hard to hit, bro.
Enemy heavily damaged.
Confound, bro. I'll burn them out. Ain't gonna hurt it.
Autopilot mode enabled.
The ship is on fire.
Again, oh, I put that one out.
Torpedo tubes destroyed.
Target penetrated.
Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire.
I can't put it out again that fast.
Enemy cruiser sunk. Come on, baby. You're gonna have to. We're dead, man. Yeah, we're dead. It's 148,000. These guys win, we're good. If not, we're frigged. Hang on there a second, bros. Let me go get me a soda. We call them pop, really, but I figured you guys wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about if I said pop. So, that's what we call them, pops. We call it pop, Mountain Dew, or by name, you know, Pepsi, Coke, you name it. That's about the name we have for it. But mostly pop. Like I said, I don't know. I think city people and stuff call it soda, which it used to be called cream soda. So, meaning where soda come from, I guess. And then you had morning notice. Then you had I don't know. I think there's used to be quite a name, root beer, which I like. I can't drink Pepsi myself. There's a funny story behind that as well. Honestly, when I was young, I liked to drink. We all tried when we were young. Well, not, yeah, pretty well. Anyhow, I ran out of, I just, always liked my liquor with either Coke, Dr. Pepper, Dirt Pop. Me in a brainstorm, about half drunk on a fifth of a Crown, I decided I was going to I was going to chase it with Pepsi. Oh man, I did. It was okay. Not to lie, I mean, but anything's okay to you when you're half drunk. And so I got up that next morning and told Bo was the king, man, because I'd mixed it with 7-Up. I don't know why I was drinking 7-Up with it. Oh, that's probably because I started out drinking Canadian Mist, mixing liquors, and yeah, that was a bad move, bro. Back then, dude, alcohol wasn't as safe as it is today. It still ain't that safe. People get poisoned by it all the time. But anyway,
Son Ralph was the king for about a week. Well, about 3 days. That's bad. When you get drunk on the weekend and you don't show up to work till fucking Wednesday because you overindulged. I don't know how much a drunk does, to be honest. In all honesty, I really don't. There's a lot. I drunk fifths back in. I didn't drink pints. I drunk his fifths and quarts. I don't wonder why I got liver damage. And I'll tell you another one after this one. Well, I was working for a woman back then, and she thought I was lying. I wasn't sick, and that I was looking for another job, because she's just like that, man. She knows I was a good driver. I always demanded good money, and but she kind of lied. She asked my mother, was I sick? Mother told her, yeah, he's sick. My mother didn't tell her why, because she really didn't know, but she kind of thought what it was. Because if I'd get to drinking, I wouldn't get around my mom. And she come to went by myself. I was in between marriages, my first marriage and going to my second marriage. And she come to my house, man. She looked at me and said she couldn't believe that I was single and kept a clean house. And she told me, said, oh Lord, you are sick. I said, I told you I was sick. Well, I'm going to have to get you to work tomorrow. I said, well, maybe all this alcohol will be out of me by then. And she thought I was drinking cold medicine. Well, I was sick. It was a hangover, man. It lasted about 3 days. I drunk everything I could to try to get rid of it and couldn't. And
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
that same year it was ending, it was New Year. My twin brother decided he was going to throw a party. Everybody was to bring a couple fifths or whatever. Yeah, we was mixing liquor that night too. And I brought 2 fifths of wild turkey, 100 proof. The good shit. Was drinking it with Coke, chasing a Coke pop. Well, about a fifth in, I decided I didn't want to play quarterbacks no more. I just drank the liquor. And we had pot, man. Well, we was pot smokers back in too. Well, I went out, we called them Jesus papers. You could literally roll them out as long as you wanted. So he'd get on one side of the joint and tear up and put pot in it, and I'd get on the other side. We'd roast the joint about that big around, about that long. Yeah, like a big fucking Cuban cigarette. And we'd smoke it too, man, every fucking drop of it. It was toke till you choke, by God. When I say I was awful when I was young, I'm not joking. I was something else. In all honesty, I mean, in all Total true honesty, I was something else when I was young, man. And I blacked out. I got one of them blackout fucking drunks. He said I went next door to his neighbor's house. They come over and he said they asked me, do I want to smoke some weed with him? I told him, I told him, yeah. He said he's drunk too much, man, leave him alone. He said they kept on. He said I went over, smoked every bit of fucking weed, drunk her beer, flipped her kitchen table over and told them they wasn't worth a fucking left. Man, right there, in all honesty, I didn't drink again until I found out I had testicular cancer. And they thought it was prostate cancer. And I went, that was before I had my daughter, I went about a decade and didn't touch a drop, honestly. And I'd used to love ride horses. One of the best horsemen you ever see crawl on the back of one. That's a fact. I can ride a horse like these you watch on the bull tournaments. And I'm not just bragging, I can do it. Even the shape I'm in, I guarantee you, I could break a horse. But I wouldn't, it'd be pretty iffy. I'd probably hurt myself really bad. But this old guy, I'd known him my whole life. He'd horse trader. He'd go buy them off the markets, and he'd bring them back. And he had old boy, he rode for him. A good rider. Hell, Michael Klein, he was a good rider. I mean, in my mind, better than me. And we was sitting around, and he told me, he said, ride that old bay horse for me. Old big head standard bred mare. Been on the track, buggy horse. I said, wow, Michael, ride it for you. That's your rider, bud. Michael looked at me and said, shook his head no. I told Michael, I said, have you tried to ride it? He said, it's crazy. I said, what do you mean it's crazy? He said, it'll hit shit trying to get you off of it. He said, it'll literally hit shit. It'll cripple itself trying to get you off of it. I looked at old Rush Klein was his name. I said, well, how much you give me? I thought I told him crazy. I was crazy back then. I didn't care, dudes. He said, well, what do you want? I said, well, I'll take 500 and an 8-ball Coke. He said, Lord, that's a lot. I said, you ain't gonna pay my damn hospital bills. He said, well, true. I said, if it's that damn crazy, that's, hey, he'd let you get on it too, man. Stood there, I bridled, saddled it. I never liked nobody. There's only three men. I would put a saddle on a horse for me. Michael Klein, Cody Klein, and Jimmy Klein. If I wasn't your name, you didn't saddle a horse for me. Because that's how you do it, dude. You wind them. You gotta wind them. A standard bred will run away with you. That's their niche. I mean, in all honesty, that's a standard bred's niche. They'll run away with you. They're like, fuck you. You want to ride me, motherfucker? It's going to be a ride. Well, Michael told me he used to call me Carpet. He told me, he said, Carpet, bud. He said, I don't really want you to ride this horse. I said, fuck right, Carl, I ride this. He said, I know you ride it. He said, but they said it was a hit and everything. You're with him. I said, I'll cripple it. And I meant it. I mean, in all honesty, I meant it. I said, well, before I let it hurt me, I'll cripple it. I done had me a plan. There's a creek running up and down in front of his house. What I didn't plan was to go through a garden with an electric fence around it and hit fall in my cowboy boot and juiced the living shit out of me. I didn't plan then that running up to a horse trailer about turning my right leg completely off of me. I didn't plan on knocking his front porch down, but I did. But now when I got it laid down with me. I stumbled and got down. When it did, I stepped off of it. I told Michael, I said, I need my spurs. I can't do nothing with him. And Michael, he got my spurs and helped me put them on. He cut. I got back on that horse's back. It went toward that porch. I put that spur in that horse and I twisted it. It jumped, I'd say 30 foot. When it did, I got hit in the hard top, and I had hit pity pat and saddling. Now, it was a fast horse. And I said, I'll be a son of a bitch, where it started acting stupid again. It's runned it out into the creek. Got it in that creek where it'd slow it down. Needless to say, I rode the horse. Nobody else could, but I could ride it. Which, they'd come and get me, or when they'd go to sell them, and I'd ride them. And they'd say, see, he can ride it, and they'd tell him, man, he ain't ride any damn thing. I bought a little standard bred pony back, I'd say my daughter might have been 5, 6 years old, maybe. Might have been 6. I don't even know, she wasn't that old. She wasn't in school. She was about 4 or 5. I was bad to drink back in, dudes. I mean, in all honesty, I was really bad to drink back in. And, I bought that damn thing. It'd ride good by itself. Well, let me rephrase that. It'd ride good with a bunch of horses. Or like in a yard, but now when you got it by itself, it was crazy. It didn't want to ride you. So it would run away with you, and it would jay off to try to throw you over its head. And I weaned that son of a bitch. I was going up in a holler. It's called Baston Holler down there in Gilbert. I had a good friend lived up in there. Me and him, I thought dearly of him. I hate things happen between us like they did and stuff, and but you can't go back. And but I was riding it, and a crazy bastard, man. I'd say it was doing about 40 mile an hour. It was a nice little saddling pony, standard bred pony horse. Lord, it could rack 'em out, man. I had some bitch. I had a brake on its over its nose, Plus, I forget what you call them. It's your underbrake for your to stop them. And I knowed he'd run away. He had with me a couple of times. And but the harder he'd get to pumping, faster he'd go, and he'd break out of a saddle. When they break out of a saddle and go into a run, the horse is useless. If you can't keep it saddling, it's useless. Or saddling, racking, that you want that gait from it. You want as fast a gait as you can get from them. But anyway, but that fucking thing hit a fence with me. A 3-board, big, thick fence painted red, white, and blue. And I thought, well, that's good, you stupid son of a bitch. Well, it hit that fence with me, and it threw me and it over that fence, and it hit on my left shoulder. And when it did, it dislocated it and knocked me out, which I was drinking. And, I was drinking. And I come to, and a childhood friend, I'm motoring him, but I love him to death, Mark Chaston. He's a chiropractor. And he said, Lord, man, that's messed you up. And he put my shoulder back in place for me. And I rode it the rest of the day. Well, I decided I rode it a few miles from my house. Well, I decided that it was getting dark and I'd go home. Well, I got started down the road on it, and it started cutting up acting stupid again. It's called right-hand fork going down Gilbert Creek. That crazy thing beat off, hit the guardrail with me, put me and hit both over the guardrail. It messed me up that time. Well, got him up. Now he's tearing himself up bad every time he'd do this. I got him up, got back on him, started him back down the road. I got about around where my house was. He started running again, wide open. Well, my brother-in-law Timmy was standing in the yard, and he heard me coming on him. He said he knowed when he didn't hear the horse slowing down that he'd run away with me. Everybody knowed he'd run away. When I went by the house, he hollered at me, and I said he'd run away again. He had to chase me about 2 miles before he could get in front of me, and I'd say he was doing 60, 70 miles an hour when he got in front of me. And he took the bed of that pickup truck and let that horse ease up into it and hit the brakes on that truck till he could get that horse to stop with me. That horse would run till it died. Well, I said after that, I hated to sell it, knowing it hurt somebody. So I took it back on the strip job to where it couldn't hurt me and it couldn't hurt itself. And I stripped the saddle from it.
Action stations.
And put my saddle back, repositioned it because I wanted to be to where I could tear him up. I put turpentine on my spurs, and when he'd start running away, I'd start rubbing my spurs, not hitting him hard with them or nothing of the sort like that, because you don't do animals like that. I mean, you don't flat abuse them, they'll never respect you. At no time was I ever beating or fisting or hitting this horse. It never was the case. Even though it was acting as stupid as it was, I did not hit it or beat it. So please don't think that. I'm not that type of person that I abuse animals. That when something's that high-strung and natured, you have to show it you're not scared of it. And if you are, don't fool with it, because it will hurt you. Because it knows you're scared, and it will take that point and use it against you. They will kill you. A horse will kill you. I don't care what anyone tells you. If they say you can't get plenty of people's been killed with them. Well, I let him run till he dropped. And I did him like that about 3 times. And he saying he couldn't get me off his back. And that he wasn't going to scare me into getting off his back. So he eventually stopped doing it. I mean, that's how I broke the horse from running away with me. I just took him to a strip job to where I knowed I wouldn't run up on a car and get hit, or he wouldn't be going too fast on the hard top and lose his slip and fall, and there wasn't a bunch of obstacles for him to hit. And I just let him go and let him run it out of him. And at last, I'd run him so hard I'd whip him with the bridle rings to try to make him go faster. When he seen that I wanted to go faster, he decided, well, this one's crazy. So he come around to my way of thinking. But now he'd still, if you get him with a bunch of horses, and you didn't let him get in that front and keep that front. Now, he wanted the front. He always wanted the front. And I had one, I called him Diesel. He was like a diesel train, boy. When you stroked that old horse up, you get 45, 50 mile an hour out of him, and that old horse would just pound it. Would not break. Now, he was a fine old horse. He was a standard bred. They're a good horse, but they're stubborn. He wasn't, though. Anybody could have rode that horse. He'd ride you at the speed you wanted. But now, he was the same. He did not like being in the back. They were race horses. They'd come off of the Kentucky Derby. We'd go there and buy them all the time. And my sister right now, she's got Tennessee Walkers. She's got a stud and a mare, both are black and white spotted. They've rode the mare, but the stud, he's never been rode. And I've went twice to ride him for her, to not lie. And life is causing me not to. Not that I'm scared of him or nothing of the sort. I'm truly not. Is that, as far as that goes, she'll ride him. Tina's a good horse rider. Very good. For a woman, she'll definitely surprise you. But it's just didn't have the room down Gilbert to ride him, because you need a big space to break a horse in. You truly do. I mean, you need lots of room to break a horse in, and we didn't have that much room down there. I mean, we honestly didn't. But I mean, we just really honestly didn't. And then when we moved up here, and we decided we would break him, took a heart attack, you know. Then after that, ended up wife has had me before I couldn't ride, where I ain't been capable to ride him, you know. Not that I ain't wanted to. I'd love to ride him for her. I feel he's a fine horse. If you will take the time, instead of just belling on their back, abusing them, and you'll take your time, you'll get the horse's trust, you'll show him you ain't out to hurt him, he'll want to ride you. He might buck, jump a little bit, carry on, but he'll ride you. And they will, man. Animals like a human. They're going to react with you the way you treat them, you know. If you're abusive to it, you beat it, they're not going to want to ride you. Would you want somebody on your back that's beating you to death, man? Well, no, you wouldn't. I mean, nobody would. But, my father bought us a little pony when we was kids, and we called it Gravy Train. Now, he'd jay off with you. He'd be going along, and all of a sudden you come up on somebody's driveway. He did it. He just dug his head. My twin brother, he'd go scooting down the road on his ass. And it was comical. We was so big that when we'd get on him, why, your feet wouldn't be that high off the ground, you know. That little old pony, man, I loved it to death. I used to ride them.
Get back!
Lord God, man. Loose and Fort Jan. I really doubt anybody that plays this game has got any genius in them, period. Dumbass. Absolutely genius, I really doubt it. But,
Autopilot mode disabled.
I sat back down, man, and I really wonder how the hell I'm alive. I've often said if they would have had video cameras back then, we'd have had easy access to it. I'd been rich, you know, because I do crazy things, man. We had two-person bicycles, you know. One sits in the front and steers, and the other one, punk. And the other one sat on the back and just pedal. Well, me and my twin brother, we'd get each other going on it. The one on the front, he'd jump off. Let the other one ride it. We'd do all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, honestly, we would. We'd do some of the craziest stuff that you ever did see. And we were just young and adventurous, man. We always were outside. We always did. My house, you went to school.
Reporting the target position.
You come home from school, you took your good clothes off. They were chores for you to do. You'd do your chores. Then if there was enough time and stuff, you could go mow the neighbor's grass or whatever. We'd get out, we'd make us some money. We was little entrepreneurs. Then And if my father's trucks didn't need worked on, if they needed worked on, we'd have to go help him. And then you accounted for your time. My father, he would whistle, and when he whistled, you know to go. If he whistled twice, that second whistle, your ass was whooped. If he told you to do something, he told you once, never twice. The second time, the beating come. And yes, sir, I mean beating. I truly do mean beating. I've been whooped with stuff that no child should ever been whooped with. Bridle rings, I've had him cut pieces of water hose and then slid them to the end of it, be like that long, and have it split into 4 sections so he could bring a blood when he'd whoop me. Beat me like a dog. That's why I never talk that much about my father. I will say this for him. He made me the man I am. And that's the truth. He made me the man I am. Because he made me push to not ever be the person he was. People will say, they'll say, well, my dad beat and abused me. I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm not saying that they didn't, but it wasn't done like that at all. But they try to use that for excuses for doing bad things. And I find that there's no excuse for it. It's like this, dude. If it affected you that way, you wouldn't have ended up like him. And I'm nothing like my father. Nothing.
Dash it all.
Never have I been anything like my father. Ever. Not in my 54 years of life, I haven't.
All forces, attack the onshore installation.
Alrighty then, friend. And that's the truth, man. When people come off trying to use excuses for being mean and treating other people bad, there's no excuse for it whatsoever. You do it because that's your nature. I say, well, I was raised that way. There comes a point in time you break cycles, don't you? I've did nothing in my life I blame on my parents. And I was truly an abused child. And anyone that knowed my family and knowed us knowed I was. I lived in a time that the CPS and all that shit didn't exist. That is the God's honest truth. And why would I blame anyone? Or why would I want to be that person that my child hate me over beating them? He accused me of something one time when I was about 10. I was about 10. That was before we moved to the other second property that we owned when I was a kid. And I didn't do it. I was always honest. If I did something, I tell you to your face I did it. I'm like that to the day. I do not whatsoever do I believe in lying. That disgusts me. You want to make an enemy of me quick, 'cause I won't fool with you. Lie to me. 'Cause when you lie to me, I will not fool with you whatsoever. 'Cause you're only good as your word. And I forget exactly what it was over. 'Cause I mean, he whooped me over so many things. When I was mean, and I'm not saying that I didn't deserve whoopings. I did. Trust me, I did. What I'm saying is, he didn't have to whoop me like that. Well, he'd whoop me. Yeah, he'd whoop me so bad he'd black my eye. I had cut marks all over my back. If the CPS would have been there then, they'd have took me and jailed him. That's how bad he'd beat me. I never said a word. Didn't cry. Wouldn't cry. Would not cry. I've cried more since I've been an adult than I ever cried as a child. I always said I'd never give him the satisfaction to see a tear come out of my eye. I was 17 years old for the first time I ever cried, and that's when my oldest brother died. But anyway, my uncle, Vincent, he lived next door to us. And he seen me coming. He'd bought him a farm tractor Daddy had. And he'd put a turret beside the house on a little bank. And my grandmother was a bitch, and she wouldn't let us move back on the property after her home's burnt. And
all stations. Quick defeat of enemy forces is key to success. Send them all to Davy Jones fast.
But he had it parked there. Vincent, he seen me coming. He seen me, I had a gas can. He said, what you gonna do, young'un? I said, I'm gonna pay him back for this beating he gave me. I had my head down. When I left my head up, he just looked. He just shook his head. He said, he'll kill you. If you're going to do what I think you're going to do, he'll kill you. I said, wouldn't it be better off dead? He didn't say nothing. And I did. I burnt that motherfucker to the ground for him. He come out, he looked at me. I was ready for another beating. And my mother told him, said, you beat him again, and I'll call the law on you. He would beat me so bad she would have to threaten to call the cops on him if he was truly that way. And she took a many a beating from me, and she did. She truly took a many a beating from me. So when people say they're the way they are over being abused, I've never intentionally ever hurt anyone. I've always been as good as I can to people. And anybody that's ever met me will tell you I'm one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. That's a fact. I mean, that's an honest fact there. I'll tell you right quick, I'm one of the nice, honest, polite people you'll ever meet. They'll tell me that I'll get to tell them about my past or after I'm taking chemo. They'll tell me, man, I just couldn't imagine you like that. And I said, I'm a type of person, I'd set your doctor's office on for her sitting there smiling at you. No, Lord, don't do me like that. I'd tell them I'm not like that no more. I'm not like that no more. I had a lot of rage and anger in me when I was young. It took me years to realize it was not my fault. That it was the worst to him. And that's the truth, man.
Raptor, Task Force Commander here. Working on
And it wasn't nothing I really did. It was his, I always tried to make an excuse for him and say that he had, it was the way he was raised, and that they just didn't show him love, and that they because his mother was, man, she was something else, dude. I mean, she truly was. She was, Ma was something else. We used to ride a go-kart in her yard. She'd shit in a bucket. Old bitch wouldn't buy her indoor plumbing, so she'd shit in a bucket. She'd take that damn bucket and try to throw it on us. And back then, boy, the neighbors could beat your ass and nobody'd say nothing about it, boy. That's facts. You go around there buying the damn neighborhood and beat the hell out of you. Kids nowadays, they, in all honesty, they have no idea what a good, fun childhood is. To ride the back of a pickup, to let off fireworks in your hands. I mean, it's unsafe, and I've blowed a finger off or three, but it was fun. We didn't. Run around, oh, mommy, I got a boo-boo, and you fucking 12-year-old. You know, you rubbed some dirt on it, you got up out of there, and you recalculated your plans there, bro, because if your first attempt didn't make it, maybe by the 30th one you had it, you know. Seriously. But you got out, you played, you did, you had a life, dudes. I mean, really. We got out, we played, we had the best music, we had, things were so great back then. This new generation, they go on to what was so great about it. It was, I might have been beat and stuff like that, But I would not recall my life whatsoever, because that would mean I wouldn't be the man I am today. That's the truth, dudes. That's honestly the truth. I would not be the man I am today if I didn't live the life I lived. So to say I'm all heartbroken, tore up, and that's why I don't linger on it, man, because you linger on anything, you're a victim when you want to be. I wasn't a victim. I gave my father hell as well. I mean, I really did. You know, I gave him more hell in a little bit. I give as much as I got. You know, I truly did. And there's times I feel ashamed of some of the things I did to him. Because, I mean, I really costed him money of some of the shit of his I burnt. We were raised by a person that if he told you something, you better take it to the bank, he would do it. He expected that out of us as well.
This is right. Air wing is
And so for that reason alone, I don't have nothing bad to say about my father. To not lie, dudes. You know, I honestly don't. I wished we could have made amends of some of the bridges we burned. In honesty.
All stations, concentrate fire.
But time has come and gone for that, bros. You know, in all honesty, the time has come and gone for that. So, and I'll never be able to do that. But cherish your parents, dudes, while you have them. There will come a time that you don't. I know that sounds like a cliche, but when you get my age, you realize time is not on your side no more, dudes. Not just that I've got cancer or anything like that. I'm 54 years old. I'll be 55 in February. Even without cancer, we don't know how long we're going to live, dudes. If we live old age, we're lucky. Only the privilege get to live old. And we're not going to be young forever. So these kids that think they are, I hate to break it to you, pal. You're not going to be, my dude. You'll wake up 30 years old and think, well, where in the hell's this 30 years went? Then you'll wake up and you're in your 50s. And you'll not understand why the hell you're at where you're at. And next thing you know, I guess you're knocking on your 70s. If you're lucky. I had a good friend died the other day, 53-year-old boss. 53-year-old. That hurt me really bad. Jeffrey was a really good friend all through. We went to school together. We growed up together. I've lost so many of my school friends. Jeff was more than a school friend, though. He was a lifelong friend. Like Marky Mounts, lost them. Lost. I could ramble on for hours. All the people that I've went to school with and stuff has died. I mean, that saddens your hearts, bro. It does, dudes. It saddens your heart.
Dash it all.
You realize when everybody you went to school with starts dying that you're spoken a will, bro. We're gonna be here for a little while, then we mosey on. You might not believe in heaven. You might not believe in hell. That's totally up to you. I believe wholeheartedly in God. I believe that there's a higher power and that we are, our body has a spirit and a soul. And
Battle ends in 5
I don't know if I believe in reincarnation. I've never really given it all that much thought. In all honesty, I've never really given all that much thought about reincarnation, or I know that people believe in it and stuff. I know that we as humans, I'll say this when it comes to religion. If it was such a whatever, you know, why do so many believe? What has touched you in your life that has made you feel that the Word of Christ or the Old Testament or Genesis has impacted you to that you believe in that? I believe wholeheartedly. I do. I have my reasons. And I've given testimony several times of why I believe so hard. I have. And that is not just I believed way before now. And not to lie, I believed way before now. It's just I've always believed we there ain't nobody going to twist your arm and make you believe or not believe, dudes. I've often said you should read the Bible for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're going to be the person that finds your salvation. And if you're lucky, and the good Lord enlightens you, and you take His word as the gospel, there'll be a peace come over your soul that you've never felt. And that's the truth, dudes. You'll have a peace that you've never felt, and in a way you've never felt it. Your heart lightens, it lifts. You feel a purpose. You have something to look forward to, because we come in this world and we will leave it. We will leave it, my friends. No matter what, we're going to leave it. I bet people live a lot longer than they used to and stuff. Absolutely. But they lived into the hundreds and older when back in the days of Moses and the biblical days. They lived a lot longer than they do today. That's Mayday or NATO Hill. Let's check on the clan request. We have none. We could probably let a few in if they wanted in, friends. I'm just saying. Let's get a couple of these. We got our Japanese cruisers, aircraft carriers, American and Soviet. We got cruisers, no battleships this time, huh? I don't know if we will be or not, man. If we go through life, my friends, thinking that we can't Japanese. I know we got some Japanese cruisers, bros. Well, I take that back. Maybe we don't got no Japanese. Oh, we just ain't got none for that tier. That's what it is. The Morta. LVs are low, aren't they? Yeah, let's just go back to doing what we were doing. That's probably we'd be better off anyway. We'll keep ranking on him. He's pretty fun. And we're doing fairly decent with him as well, so. Well, if we got all of our boxes, I think we might jump over to the test server where it's kind of early and play a little bit to see if, let me see here, because we're not ahead or nothing, far from it, but we're doing fairly good. Yeah, we're doing fairly good. We could afford to take a little bit of time. Let's take us about an hour, maybe two, and play this test server a little bit. 1 second, bros. Let me get the test server up and going there. Because I would like to have some tokens. Remind me later, dude. In all honesty, I could use them. I mean, I could really use them to buy resources and stuff. Economy. You get some resources. I need the economy stuff with it. You know, like the economy boosters and stuff like that, so we can get some crap going there. There we go. Now, I don't know what that is in that armory. I'm not looking. I'm not. Let's see. Now, let's see what we really need to do to get some community tokens, and we'll go from there. Co-ops and randoms on this one. That's 200,000 on this one. That's got to be done in them modes. Okay. This one's available for 3 days. One battle, 50,000 damage. It's in the mode. This one can be done in co-ops, randoms, and the mode. Now let's go to this one. 3 days worth on this one. All three on here. 12,000 base, and then the dockyards really kind of don't matter. They finish up fairly quick, bros. Let's see here. It'd be a cruiser. Yeah, cruiser. We could do that one with. Get 500 base. Okay. Let's see here. Well, I think we can run some super ships. Let's run to Jacksonville. It should be open. We can do it. And I've not played with this ever, so I would like to give it a try. Just because, you know. I mean, that's the beauty about running the playing this, as you can get to play the super chips and all that good stuff, and you're not out no. Well, we can throw the one for the Pensacola in him. Yes, and I normally set him up just like it says. You know. Alrighty. That's what it says to do to the Michael Jacksonville here. Now, let's see. Exter. Let's probably get scared here, but we can do a surge. We'll buy it. It don't matter. So, yeah. Let's see, that's light gray, and yeah, gray. I think I like the light gray better. Now let's throw him a couple war flags up there. Yeah. Going in. I'm going in, Sarge. Always these two. That's my favorites. Skull and crossbone. Now, we got, let's throw some economy boosters on it. We don't care because I like it. It matters. It don't matter, bro. So you're gonna lose with these regardless. I have made with them, but that's using the top tiered ones and scoring big. Big, big, big. Really big. Really, really, really big. St. Martin, Des Moines. Dude's playing with a Des Moines. Let's see here. Can't interact with a bot. Can't interact. Okay, yeah, we know he's not a bot. 2 live, 3 live people, and a bunch of bots. Bots. All those are bots. Alrighty. Okay. Now.
Action stations.
We'll see. I don't know about this Jacksonville. You know, you would think that they would put,
Awaiting instructions.
they would put, torpedoes on some of these American ships, but evidently not. I mean, and it's just facts about it. Evidently not.
Enemy force detected.
That's too early to...
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Yeah, there's cruiser or some carriers in this one.
Carrier detected.
Yes.
Enemy battleship detected. Anti-aircraft gun crews are on normal alert.
Let's see. We'll try to get us a few of them, dudes. I mean, I don't understand. I'm not out to try to get all of them or anything of the sort. I would like to get a few of them. You know, up. He turned on us.
Torpedoes, dead ahead. Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Thanks, bro. I don't say nothing for you cock blocking eating them torpedoes for me, dude.
The ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir.
Damn boy, it's letting the torpedoes fly, ain't they, dude? It's like in Jacksonville, seeming like a mob to jump.
Enemy cruiser destroyed. Ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. Gun crews are on full alert. Enemy battleship foundered.
Grab me, keep on burning.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
Okay, now let's go get that aircraft carrier. There he come. He's still up there where he was. I'd about freaking guarantee you that. Okay.
Our team has taken the lead.
Well, I'd hope we have. Yep, there he is. Run out 8. So if we can pop 2 at him. Run the 6. We'll burn him, and we'll try to burn him. Let's put it that way. There we go. GGGG, baby. GGGG. There we go. Go in. 3 more than 1,000, huh? This one's messed up, bro. Clothes, we're not ready. We ain't worried about that naval base. Containers. Dockyard there. That's what I'm working on my other count as the dockyard. Collect the reward. We're up to the ship almost. 7 days and alright. Alrighty. I guess we are. Well, if it just went as fast on the live server, that'd be nice, you know. Okay, 8 boxes. We'll just open them. And I'm telling you, dudes, I can't find what it is here on this that you're supposed to get or whatever. I see nothing, in all honesty, on any of it that you could get. As you can see, it's not showing us having Hurry Gunford ass over there on this one, which is fine. It will next time. I think it done started when I bought it. And, I mean, I don't see anything that's, bounty hunter labor. Oh. Become the key target. 100,000. Let's try it for free, huh? A freebie. Alrighty then. I think you gotta do them in randoms. Now that might be what it was. No, maybe that's what it is. Nope, sure ain't. We're gonna do that. We're gonna take the let's see. Where's our reset here? Go up there. Let's go to random battles. I know that's what you do them in. Come on, you big German sucker, you. Dankeschön, baby. Dankeschön. Recall Gutford Jr. Well, let's give him a none here. Let's put old Portavor here, pal. Now let's put the Bismarcks in him. And that way we'll give him one, or we can set it for him. Okay. Still got 3. There we go. Now, I mean, hell, if we're going down, Sally, let's do it worth doing it. Alrighty. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and we'll purchase it for it. Because we're going to play with it. Which I'm going to buy it for it eventually. I just haven't got around to it because, like right now, dudes, I've been mad at them. I ain't been feeling generous with them. To be honest, I feel they make enough money off of people to not lie about it. Wait a minute. Let's hang on there. We're going to make sure we got the rules right on this before we do it. Okay, it's the leaderboard. Okay. Now, I'm going to become the key target. These are just a reward you can get for it, right? Alrighty, let's give it a go here and see what it is. I've never did this. As you see, this is our first go about. There, bros, I'm gonna try to call my wife. well, I guess we did get one. I was going to say, watch this shit, man. It's going to be hard to even get a match playing this crap. Yeah, well, okay. Strategically, going to die, honky. Wait a minute, what the heck? Here we go. Man, the dude on my side's got bullseyes. The dudes on that side don't got bullseyes. What's he playing with? And playing with a Jacksonville. Lucille. He's looking for the Jackson thrill.
Starts.
Tennessee River and the mountain man. We get together every time we can. Okay. Let's see what's going on the news this morning, bros. What the heck? Stop blaming inflation on price gouging. No, that's, really, man, Kamala, boy. She's something else. Listen to this.
Voters worried about their pocketbooks this election cycle are probably experiencing a sense of déjà vu as candidates misplace blame on big business, immigrants, or foreign competition as the root cause of household financial woes. Corporations are the target of presidential candidate Kamala Harris's recently announced economic policy platform. Are your grocery bills too high? Blame big grocery companies fixing prices. Is your rent too high? Blame big businesses buying houses in bulk and fixing rents. Big Pharma also plays its usual lead villain role for high drug prices in the Harris plan. Surprisingly, energy companies got a pass on this policy wish list despite being the usual suspect for most Democratic campaigns.
Oh,
When
dears,
the
bro.
diagnosis of a problem is misguided, the policies prescribed to address it will also be misguided. Despite not being explicit, VP Harris's platform mentions price gouging multiple times, whether it is grocery bills or rental rates, and vows to prevent it by working with Congress. The details are murky, except for a mention of a federal ban on price gouging on food and groceries, and
What
of
she's up to,
set clear rules of the road
which
to
I
ensure
honestly
that
don't
big
think she'll
corporations
become
can't unfairly
president,
exploit
but
consumers
if she
and grow
would,
excessive profits on
and
food
she would do
groceries.
what she's saying,
While the platform explicitly
that'd be the
mentions no
1970s
specific
over again, bro. And I
provisions,
lived during that,
policy
dudes.
measures,
And
most recently
you don't
during
want to
the
go through that.
2022 energy prices crisis, took the form of a windfall profit tax.
I
At
mean,
the
no
state
honesty,
level,
you guys
California
don't want to go
carried the
through
flag
that,
of
dude.
the California Gas Price Gouging and Transparency Law, which went into effect last year. The law established a dedicated state independent watchdog to root out price gouging by oil companies and authorize D, the California Energy Commission, CC, to create a penalty to hold the industry accountable. It received immediate pushback from neighboring states. Nevada Governor Joe Lombardo rightly shared his
It's a free
concerns with
economy,
Governor
bros.
Gavin Newsom about the negative effect of the law on the costs and availability of fuel for Nevada's residents and businesses. Governor Lombardo is right when it comes to the economic policies that focus on price gouging. Any surtax or arbitrary limitation on profit can change the economics of a project, decreasing investment and production in the sector. That could have direct and indirect effects on other sectors of the economy down the supply chain, including job losses, decreases in consumption, and
Damn,
ultimately a
Jacksonville
slowdown
will
in
burn us down, bro.
use of windfall profit taxes in the 1980s, targeting the oil and gas industry, caused domestic oil production to decrease precipitously except when crude oil prices declined below the adjusted base price, resulting in zero windfall profit tax. The root of the problem
Okay,
of
you
higher
little prick
prices,
bitch,
whether
you.
in the housing or food sector, is the imbalance in demand and supply. Rather than trying to limit supply through policies that could impact
Yes.
investment, politicians should focus on increasing supply. The U.S. is becoming notorious for enacting regulations that reduce supply in a number of sectors. Throwing in more regulations or increasing regulatory oversight will further deter supply growth in these sectors.
We're going to have back out here, bro. If we don't,
recognized
we're
the
not
negative
going to
role
make
of
it.
regulations when she suggested the need to cut red tape and needless bureaucracy to help increase the supply of new housing. This policy should not be specific to the housing sector, however. It ought to form the basis of policymaking in all sectors.
It's too damn far burning us.
How restrictions
Didn't
on
get to do it
profits
quick
of
enough.
companies might affect our ability to meet environmental goals in the future. Climate change and policies aimed at addressing its consequences require a significant investment for many sectors. While experts focus on the fossil fuel sector, other sectors, including real estate and food, are also impacted by these goals. Growing calls for
Everything's impacted by
governance
energy,
principles
dudes.
risk their access to capital, further negatively affecting investment. New policies imposing any restriction on profits could further restrict capital, decreasing
That's a fact.
investment and production.
Anything
Another important point
is
to
impacted
remember,
by
these calls create more uncertainty in an already
energy.
uncertain economy.
Everything
A
is.
2022 IMF report looking at temporary tax measures like
Well,
windfall profit
let's
taxes
see
showed
here.
they
Did
can
we,
reduce future investment.
Did we lose it
Because
off of it? Do we have
investors
to?
will internalize the likelihood
we have
of
to get it
potential
again?
taxes when making investment decisions. A growing economy with ambitious targets, such as climate goals, requires
we
capital
didn't
and
lose it off of
continuous
it.
investment. Rather than
If
vilifying big
we lose it,
businesses and
I'll
targeting
lose
their
it off
profits,
of it, right?
candidates should come up with policies that
guess.
increase access to capital and mobilize investment. That would be a more constructive dialogue than the current gimmicks we are witnessing when it comes to policy design in the 2024 U.S. election. Dr. Pinar Sabi-Wilbur is Chief Economist and Executive Vice President of the American Council for Capital Formation. The views expressed in this article are the writer's own. Related articles. Sorry, Kamala. Trump's tariffs aren't a tax. They're a lifeline for the middle-class opinion. Kamala Harris understands tackling climate change is good business opinion. Trump's proposal to remove taxes on overtime is almost perfect. He just needs to include truckers' opinion. Start your unlimited Newsweek trial.
Trump's got some good policies, dudes. He truly does. And if they will stick with his policies, I hope that the country does come back out of it. We're going to let it come back because when you attack these companies, calling them price gouging, inflation's has not dropped that much. Energy is still high. These are, look, bros. When you got the federal government attacking the coal and oil industry, energy, that drives the prices up on everything. It takes energy to make everything. Everybody has a power bill. When it rises, the cost of stuff rises as well. They sit and let ships set off the shores of the United States and whatnot and load them and cause shortages that they just redirected the ships and sent them to other countries. So you think that Harris and Biden haven't pissed people off? Really? Bros, they locked us down during COVID. They locked us down. When Trump was trying to keep at least half the United States open, they went and locked us down. It did not have to be what it was. They chose that. They wanted a draconian rule over us. You cannot blame Trump. They're blaming Trump for something he did not have anything to do with, dudes. He has not been in power in 4 years. How did he? 2.4 was the inflation when he left office. It didn't rise until a year later. A year later is what they had done. A year later into COVID, as when 21, 22, then 23 it rose so high and that's when they were really at their worst. So no, bros, no, you cannot blame Donald Trump for what the Democrats have did during this last cycle. That's been the Dems, wholeheartedly been the Dems, and to say it's any other reason is a lie. Now, I mean, I'm sorry, but the truth's the truth. There's and William's been stupid, bro. Who's been in power for the past 4 years? Democrats sicken me, man. I honestly, I used to laugh at them because I thought, man, I've never seen that much crazy people. That's a cult. That's a cult, bro. They call Republicans Nazis and all kinds of crap and say we're weird because we got some family values and just want to live and survive. And these people, buddy, going around acting and stuff the way they are, it's wrong, bro. It's wrong. And our country's not going to go in that direction. It's not, bros. It's listen to this one. I'd say this is the truth as well. I would think. Well, we can't. I can't play it because it's a poetry. Doesn't have the new COVID-19 origin papers from controversial scientists. What to know? Okay, that's gonna be a pretty good lesson, I guess.
A research report published Thursday from controversial scientists claims to present new evidence that SARS-CoV-2, also known as the coronavirus, may have come from the Huanan seafood market in Wuhan, China, in late 2019. The study, published in the journal Cell by key players in the debate over the origins of COVID-19, comes from a new analysis of hundreds of swabs from the market, originally collected by Chinese scientists in January 2020. The scientists argue that the new analysis pinpoints, down to the individual market stall, that coronavirus-susceptible animals, SARS-CoV-2, and humans were all commingling in the Huanan market in what eventually became the first days of the global pandemic. Most of the paper's authors have been vocal supporters of the market theory of the virus's origin from the beginning.
Don't believe that.
Many of them have also been publicly critical of the possibility that the virus originated from an accident at the Wuhan Institute of Virology and have sparked controversy for their role in the debate. Here is everything to know about the new research.
That's
what exactly
where
does
it
the
come
paper
from.
argue? The new study does not definitively prove that there were infected animals at the market or that infected animals first spread the virus to humans. Rather, the tested samples document that SARS-CoV-2 RNA was found intermingled with DNA and RNA samples from a host of exotic animals, including masked palm civets, Himalayan marmots, Malayan porcupines, and raccoon dogs. These clusters, which the authors call hotspots, were strewn across the market, but were particularly located in the southwest corner, where wild animals were known to be sold. The Chinese government made the market data available in 2022, fully allowing scientists to conduct an in-depth study of the market origin hypothesis. The results point to either an animal-based origin from the Huanan market or that humans already infected with the virus came in contact with animals that could have easily contracted the infection themselves. It doesn't 100% prove that those animals had SARS-CoV-2, but it shows that you can just say goodbye to the idea that these, coronavirus susceptible, animals weren't even there at the time the pandemic started, Michael Worobey, head of the Ecology and Evolutionary Biology Department at the University of Arizona and study co-author, told NPR. Who are the authors of the study? 23 research scientists contributed to the study published in Cell, but the involvement of a handful of these scientists in some of the most controversial aspects of the origins debate could raise skepticism about the new study. Christian Anderson of Scripps Research, Robert Gary of Tulane University, Edward Holmes of the University of Sydney, and Andrew Rambot of the University of Edinburgh were subjects of the House Republican investigation into the origins of COVID-19. Anderson, Gary, Holmes, and Rambot, along with their colleague Ian Lipkin, wrote the paper, The Proximal Origins of SARS-CoV-2, published in Nature Medicine in March 2020, which argued at the time that they did. Not that any type of laboratory-based scenario is plausible, but public records requests, along with the congressional investigation into COVID-19's origins, revealed that the authors of the Proximal Origins paper were highly skeptical of an animal origin within weeks of the paper's publication. Evidence unearthed by the Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Pandemic indicates that Anderson spoke with National Institute for Allergy and Infectious Diseases Director Anthony Fauci on January 31, 2020, to express concerns that the virus was possibly engineered. But the next day, the authors of the soon-to-be Proximal Origins paper held a conference call with Fauci, National Institutes of Health Director Francis Collins.
Fauci always goes back to Fauci. Let's listen to this piece on RFK.
New York Magazine placed reporter Olivia Nuzzi on leave Thursday night after an internal probe found she had engaged in a personal relationship with a key figure in the 2024 presidential race, reportedly former candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Nuzzi acknowledged to the magazine's editors that she had engaged in a personal relationship with a former subject relevant to the 2024 campaign while she was reporting on the campaign, a violation of the magazine's standards around conflicts of interest and disclosures, New York Magazine said in a statement. Nuzzi, the magazine's Washington correspondent, has had several high-profile interviews while covering the presidential election. Among them was Kennedy, who she wrote a feature on late last year. Bloomberg scrapped PR rollout of Olivia Nuzzi's show after left-wing backlash following her damning Biden story. Had the magazine been aware of this relationship, she would not have continued to cover the presidential campaign. An internal review of her published work has found no inaccuracies or
This is from the
evidence of
fighters that
bias.
rigged the
New York
debate.
Magazine continued. She is currently on leave from the magazine, and the magazine is conducting a more thorough third-party review. We regret this violation of our readers' trust. Status, a recently launched media blog,
That's
reported
bullshit,
that the
man.
person she allegedly engaged in a relationship with Kennedy.
It really is. That's laughable, man.
Kennedy suspended his campaign last month and endorsed Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Read on the Fox News app. She did not proactively disclose her alleged relationship with Kennedy to New York Magazine, and the outlet only recently learned of it.
Kennedy was
According to
married.
people familiar with the
Them
matter,
Kennedys don't
the
care
alleged
no way.
relationship did not begin until after a November 2023 profile she wrote on Kennedy had been published, a person close to Nuzzi said. The person close to Nuzzi added that she did not use Kennedy as a source while covering the 2024 campaign, Status reported. New York Mag reporter defends timing of Biden conspiracy of silence, bombshell amid backlash. A spokesperson for Kennedy did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Nuzzi did not respond to a request for comment. New
Nuzzi.
York Magazine declined additional comment when asked about the
That's
Kennedy
the
report.
Nazi.
Nuzzi
Alright, brothers, let's see here. Let's see if we can't find us something a little more interesting. Let's see here what's going on the news on the border crisis. Margaret here in the house. Tweet from her official Twitter handle. Mike Lee brings up the recipe. Pro-Trump boat. Let's listen to this one.
Archdemon in one stack. And I think that means only two here.
There was a MAGA boat parade in Panama City, Florida. CNN, Anderson Cooper sent one of his reporters out to be on his show and interview people in the boat parade. And the reporter he sends out is lecturing one of the guys she interviews because he has a boat. Listen to this.
If you can afford a boat, you're not hurting so bad, right? Because a boat costs a lot of money and it's a lot of upkeep.
Listen, nobody gave me. I earned everything that I've got. I'm retired military, retired power plant, and I am successful and retired with boats, jet skis, because I did it right. And everybody has that chance. Whether they choose or not, that's up to them. Because I want my money to go further. I want inflation to go down. I want interest rates to go back down. I want all that, but that covers everybody in the economy. Not just me, not just the poor, not just the rich. It covers everybody.
The fact that they felt comfortable airing this after such a nasty question to an American voter out there, I mean, this just shows you that it's just become activism with their
That's
news.
why, man. I left
Just because
this.
you buy a boat, you got to keep the boat, you got to pay for it. Some people live on their boat. I mean, it's such a disingenuous approach.
Like, just because you own something, that you're privileged.
People in the middle class. The number one issue is the economy.
You're working paid for it, it's, you know.
Because you have a boat. That your concern doesn't matter.
Or if I'm not concerned, it's just because I don't have concern. It doesn't mean I don't care about other people, my kids coming up, or my grandparents that might.
And there's nothing wrong for wanting to keep your own money, the money, the hardworking money.
The guy's name, Joe Harner, a Trump supporter, obviously. But here's the thing: he made it very clear. I'm retired. When you are retired, you are on a fixed income. You don't have a lot of extra money, and as we have told you ad nauseum, is currently the rate of inflation, particularly for groceries. We're all paying 22% more for groceries than we did 4 years ago. Joe got to pay more for groceries, got to pay more for gas, got to pay more for everything. He just got a certain amount of the pot of cash.
Well, she
can't
afford
a shirt.
Yeah. He's retired.
That would be the least.
He's retired military, deserves to be on that beach with his beer, without his shirt, and having that boat. But she kept going.
Shit.
Probably a smaller part.
Yeah, he does. He really does, man. Serve their country. It's,
At least they did run it. They didn't have to run it. They ran it.
It's true.
Right. I also saw when they went after Trump at his speech in front of the anti-Semitic conference. He came out and he said, look, if you're a Democrat, I don't understand how you could vote. If you're a Jewish person in America, how you could vote for a Democrat. They're going to destroy Israel. And that's all they focused on there. How could Donald Trump threaten Democrats? He's not threatening them. He's trying to say, I'm pro-Israel. You saw what I did for 4 years. That was their angle on covering Trump.
Corrupt.
From hard hats to steel-toed boots, Grainger's got your safety needs covered. Literally. Shop Grainger's vast inventory of safety.
hey, you punk.
Call.
Oh, okay. Hang on there, boss.
Grainger, for the ones who get it.
Well, joining me now is California Congressman Mike Garcia, member of the House Intelligence Appropriations
let's
and Technology
miss.
Committees. Congressman, good to see you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. What do you want to hear from lawmakers? What do you want to hear in terms of getting information on this investigation? 2 attempts at President Trump's life, and this is what we just heard from the media.
Yeah, the media is interesting and obviously wrong on this in this victim shaming, what is effectively victim shaming, blaming Trump or blaming the rhetoric of those around him. What we need to do is get to root cause. We need to figure out what happened with these 2 individuals. We need to figure out what has happened in terms of the actual security measures being put around the candidates, both President Trump and Kamala Harris. And figure out how to right-size this in real time. This isn't something that we have the luxury of time for. This is a vulnerability that is still there as of today, and we need to figure out what the right head count is to provide adequate security to both the candidates.
Fuckface.
The commensurate budget footprint associated with that right head count, and to get that done in short order.
Well, I mean, you're not hearing any of it, Congressman. How are you going to do that? I mean, yes, you're right. We need to hear a lot of stuff, but we're not getting any of it. We haven't heard from Alejandro Mayorkas at all. Not only is he overseeing the wide open border, but he's what does he have?
We lost at that time.
Yeah, Yeah, that's literally the billion-dollar question that we're trying to get to this week. The investigative board that looked at the first assassination attempt is washing in the second one now, and just trying to literally get down to brass tacks. And they're building this plane as they are taxiing it right now down the runway, with the goal of landing on a supplemental number.
That fucker killed me with one,
and hopefully get the tactics and training procedures in place to be able to protect these.
How will you Alejandro Mayorkas to account? Are we going to hear anything from Mayorkas? Are any of your committees expected to subpoena him? How are you going to hold him to account? We all know what we need to know.
Yeah, we all know that. We all know all roads lead to Mayorkas here. We have
well, guys, I guess that's going to be it for me for now. I'm going to go up to my sister's here and get me some coffee. You guys please like, sub. All right, good stuff. We'll be back later and we'll try to